In a tragedy, we don't just watch people fail, we watch great people fall. A Shakespearean tragic hero is never just an ordinary person. They are a king, a general, a prince. They start at the absolute top, which is precisely the point. The higher they are, the harder they fall, and their collapse shakes an entire kingdom. Their downfall isn't just personal, it's a national disaster. So what brings them to ruin? Almost always, it's a single fatal flaw. The Greeks had a word for it, hamartia, which literally means missing the mark. For Macbeth, this flaw was his vaulting ambition. For Othello, it was a corrosive jealousy. For the young Romeo, it was a reckless impulsiveness. What's truly devastating is that this flaw is often a good quality pushed to a deadly extreme. A little ambition is a virtue, too much is lethal. This flaw ignites a predictable fire. The journey almost always begins with hubris, a dangerous overconfidence that makes the hero think they're invincible. This leads to a sudden reversal of fortune where everything starts to go wrong. The hero eventually has a moment of horrifying realization, but it's always too late to stop the final catastrophe. But was it all their fault, or was it written in the stars? Shakespeare loves this question. Macbeth hears a prophecy from 3 witches, but his own ambition is what drives him to murder. This is the double motivation of tragedy. Destiny might point the way, but the hero's own flawed character makes them choose to walk the path. So why do we still watch these devastating stories? It isn't to feel depressed, it's a warning and a meditation on what it means to be human. By watching the great fall, we learn about the danger of pride and the profound weight of our choices. Tragedy teaches us that while we cannot control the stars, we can control how we respond to them.